Welcome to Born for the Trades, a home service podcast. I'm your host, Mandeep. We sit down with successful home service entrepreneurs to learn their stories and gain actionable insights to help you grow your business. Today's episode is brought to you by Rilla, the AI powered sales tool that gives your team call by call feedback and custom training to close more deals and elevate your customer experience. And powered by Grow Reviews, a platform where you can capture instant text and video testimonials from your customers. Our guest today is Lynn Wise, co-founder of Contractor In Charge, a transformative service for plumbers, electricians, HVAC specialists, and other home service contractors. With years of experience as a plumbing business co-owner and a tech background at IBM and Yellow Pages, Lynn saw the need for streamlined customer service and real-time bookkeeping. Contractor In Charge combines cutting-edge technology with personalized care, offering scalable solutions to help contractors focus on growth. Stay tuned to learn how Lynn is revolutionizing the home service industry. Welcome, Lynn, to our show.
Thank you, Mandeep. Glad to be here.
Awesome. For our listeners, those who don't know about you, about your company, let's start with your journey, your story, just maybe for a couple of minutes, and then we will dive into questions.
Sure. So I started my professional career as a young person as a dispatcher at a plumbing and heating company in my hometown that I grew up in. That turned into a very successful business, along with I was one of the owners and general manager of that company. So we were a plumbing, heating, and remodeling company. We also did a retail showroom. So we were offering vignettes for remodeling in the bathroom space.
Mm-hmm.
I moved on from there and I went to Ameritech, which at that time was the baby bell for AT&T in the Midwest. I became a salesperson and a product manager in the Yellow Page division. I was recruited from there
Nice.
to work with IBM in the space of being an internet Yellow Pages,
Mm-hmm.
which never came to fruition because we have this little thing called Google.
Yeah.
But that was a very interesting career. I was a client manager and a business analyst for software to work with their large clients to deliver solutions for their organizations that included professional service, software, and hardware. So I've owned 5 different types of businesses in retail and distribution.
Mm-hmm.
In 2016, after I retired from IBM, I launched what now is called Contractor In Charge. So
Nice.
that brings us to where we are today.
Yeah.
And we are close to 200 clients nationwide. We do call center services that is focused on qualification and booking of inbound calls and digital leads, as well as full service bookkeeping and accounting services to include interim CFO services.
That's amazing. What a great story. Thanks, Lynn, for sharing with us. And what a great, career you have. And serving IBM, Yellow Pages, owning so many businesses now, helping contractors and taking their business to the next level. And the bookkeeping, answering service. These are really empowering thing where I think contractors are always looking for these services. So, Lynn, what was the aha moment that made you realize Contractor In Charge could be a fully outsourced service?
It's a great question. I'm going to tell you how I started it. I took a booth at what was then called Comfort Tech.
Okay.
And at that point, what I offered was outsourced services. And my approach was either I would find clients or not. And in the first trade show, we picked up 5 clients. In fact, 3 or 4 are still clients after 9 years.
Oh, wow. That's
And
amazing.
so what I learned along the way is that there are different types of outsourcing. So outsourcing could be either you do everything, so you're full-time, or you could be supplemental.
Mm,
So it's not always all or nothing. And outsourcing does have now in 2025 has different faces. So we look at certain things as being standardized services, then we look at certain services as being customized. So what do you need? What's your requirements, and
Right.
can we accommodate that with our staff? Can we train it? Can we
Hmm.
offer it in a quality fashion?
Right. It's not just like, one service, you have multiple, but, you are giving customized solution, right? What exactly contractor is looking for. Fantastic. Love it. Love it.
Yep.
Thanks for sharing. And how did your experience at Yellow Pages and IBM shape your approach to the home service industry?
So Yellow Pages equals Google.
Mm-hmm.
So understanding how our community acquires new customers
Mm-hmm.
and retains new customers was very important. And so to me, it's how the money comes in the front door. How much do they have to spend to get a lead? What is the effort that it takes to satisfy the customer that's calling them at a customer experience level? I'm really big, and I always say, let's minimize cost and maximize customer experience. So what do we got to do that? Um, the IBM world, I always felt because what we did at IBM, and I worked in this facet, is that we outsourced departments in very large corporations. And many times it was customer care. And my thought was, if the big guys do it, why can't the little guys do it?
Exactly. Yeah.
So that was my take on it.
Amazing. Amazing. Yeah. I think customer service, I think that is like, very, very important. And when it comes to like, just want to ask you, what do you think is the biggest mistake most contractors make uh, when it comes to customer care?
Great question. So I'm going to give you Lynn's
Sure.
philosophy on this.
Okay.
I feel very strongly that there's four key roles in customer care.
Okay.
One is qualifying and booking leads. Two is customer service. Three is managing the field and the dispatch. And four is outbound calls or inside sales. All of
Mm.
those touch the customer. So it's really not so much customer experience. They all have facets of it. But what I know is that what most of our clients deal with is that they try to put 10 pounds of potato in a 5-pound sack. So they try to have one or two people do everything.
Yeah.
When in fact, that isn't really satisfactory when it comes to customer experience. It causes things such as abandoned calls.
Mm.
It causes backlogs, whether it's voicemail or delay in responding to inquiries. And I would also state that most um, resources that are trained well in customer service do not like to book calls.
Yeah.
And those book calls don't like to do customer service. And they're not the same. They're different questions, they're different inquiries, and
Yeah.
they're different levels of engagement. So what I see is that we try to do everything with too few resources, and
Mm.
we don't really focus on what we need to do
Mm.
and focus on that, and then decide, okay, if I need to do this, then what is it that I need to have resourced in another way? And that could be outsourced.
Yeah. That
I
can be
also
awesome.
feel like if you can't train, manage, and hire somebody properly, then don't do it.
I want to give a special shout out to Rilla, the sales coaching AI software that holds the technicians accountable and gives them the support and guidance they need to maximize all the opportunities you spend your hard-earned money on.
I want to give special shout out to Grow Reviews, one of our sponsors, America's first platform to capture instant text and video reviews. If a picture is 1,000 words, a video is worth a million. Book a demo with Grow Reviews by visiting website www.growreviews.com, and you can get in touch with their sales reps to book a demo. Yeah, because there are like, sources available like yours, and there are like, entrepreneurs, home service industry owners, they play on their strength, and I think it makes sense to like, outsource to the talent so that the balls are not being dropped. Customer care is being taken care of, bookkeeping, because entrepreneurs are always on the go and wearing so many hats. Initially, I'm just talking about those who are doing 500,000, 1 million, I think less than 2 million, still people they are just figuring out how to place all the
They are.
systems and processes in place,
They
right?
are. Yes, absolutely. And I understand that there's a financial consideration in all of this. But we are really on a path with our clients in the call center world
Mm-hmm.
that what we want them to do is just send us calls that we can qualify and book. All
Hmm.
customer service calls need to go and stay with internal staff, and we help them understand how they can set that up. Any calls that are inquiry about the field need to stay internal to the company and then be routed to appropriately the right resource that can answer those questions.
Hmm.
Inside sales, as you know, in digital marketing, Mandeep, what's so critical here
It is.
is time. It is a
Yeah.
time game. So
Hmm.
it's responding quickly, it's responding and qualifying quickly. And the other thing that we need to do is manage the funnel for these clients. We don't have any notion of a funnel per se.
Yes.
So that's Lynn's
Speed
view
to the Yeah.
on the customer experience. And so
Yes.
that's where we're driving our company is in those directions.
Amazing. Amazing. And speed to the lead. This is what we do at Grow Nearby. We are a digital marketing agency, and we generate a lot of leads for our clients. And when we see there is delay, or calls are not being pegged, we our account managers, they interact with our clients. This is what is happening, how can we improve it? And speed to the lead is everything for every platform, Google guaranteed, Google My Business, or it's coming from SEO or any other platform. You gotta interact fast and put them into the funnel, like you said. And if you cannot take care of that, there are tools out there, systems we have automatically send you messages and emails and book automatically on the calendar. Not AI. I know AI is going very fancy in the industry. AI is a buzzword, but I think foundation. I think if you stick to foundation, I think a lot of companies are going after this shiny object syndrome, which is AI. But what I'm saying is, I think let's go back to the basics. You should have a website that should convert, make the phone ring for you, and then maybe you can go for AI, right? Make sense?
Absolutely. To me, AI is just one of those tools that comes along in the business cycle that allows us to do things more efficiently. It doesn't necessarily replace our business processes or our workflows. It enhances them. There are some workflows that you could replace with AI, but there is what we've done. We've taken our time to learn about AI because I come from the technology world. Of course, I look at this maybe a
Mm-hmm.
little bit more in depth.
Yeah.
But what I want to understand is where AI can assist us to be more efficient in our operations. And what we've learned is that there are places that it doesn't have the best favor. It's not the best. It might sound good, but if you don't manage it properly and understand what it's doing, you could be certainly in a worse spot than you think by using it. So you
Yeah.
have to know what it is. You said it, fundamentals,
Yeah.
core. What are
Core.
the core things that we have to do day in and day out in our business? And
Yeah.
how do we keep those efficient so that we can scale?
Yep, love it, love it. And thanks for sharing. And I think follow-up question comes here. Running a business that combines real-time bookkeeping with answering services must require a lot of attention to detail. What's a typical day like for you? And how do you juggle both the big picture strategy and the day-to-day operations?
Well, Mandeep, my secret sauce is my leadership team.
Okay.
So we have about 70 employees across both divisions.
Oh, wow, amazing.
So we now will be our ninth year in February.
Mhm.
So I have,
Congratulations. Yeah.
yeah, so it's not me. I couldn't do all this by myself. This
Mhm.
is leadership. And so one of the things that we've implemented in 2024 or late 2024, and it will continue to build in 2025 is EOS. So we are managing with EOS as our operation system, but I have 5 leadership teams. I have a director of contact center, quality control, and training. I have a director of our new program that we're launching in 2025 in development of education and training in a membership format. I have a director of accounting who runs or accounting operations.
Wow.
So it's not Lynn. These are all important areas, and having the right skills and the right leadership capabilities in place is why we can look to the future and consider where we're going. So
Amazing.
we plan together. It's
Yeah.
not Lynn. I have a lot of vision around it, but they can certainly go, nah, that's not a good idea. We
But
don't
but
do it.
but that shows you are a great leader and putting your leadership in front of everyone and empowering them, and that's what, like, we have very strong leadership, and we implemented EOS last year, and
Yeah.
it's definitely a game changer. So I'm proud of your growth, your team, and empowering home service industry with your leaders. Amazing. And we're gonna wrap up with this last question. You have created a decentralized service that's scalable for businesses of all sizes. Can you share a success story where your solution made a real difference for a small contractor? How did it impact their business in long run?
Well, I'm going to go back to I have my poster child, and
Okay.
it's my first client ever. I'll say their name publicly. It's Bob Larson Plumbing in Tacoma, Washington.
Okay.
And at the time that we began to work with them, it was a cash flow problem, and it also was a resource issue. So they didn't have the right seats and the right butts, or the right butts and the right seats, rather.
Yeah.
So over a period of probably about 3 years, we took them from being cash negative to being cash positive,
Okay.
and also reevaluating the roles and responsibilities that they had in their business.
Mhm.
And at the time that I think we met with them, they were about $1 million. They will
Okay.
be $7 million next year. That's their goal. So they are still our client. And
Wow.
so with methodical and iteration improvements,
Mhm.
we have done this. This is not something that happens overnight,
Yeah,
right?
it takes time. It
So it's
takes
not
time.
something that happens overnight. It's understanding and engaging with them and learning their business, and then learning what are the capabilities that we can work together on.
Love it, love it. And for all the listeners, those who are listening to Lynn, and if you think that her team can help you with the bookkeeping, answering calls, uh, and if you're looking for a customized solution, and I'm sure Lynn will help you with that. Lynn, what's the best way to contact you? And we will link everything in the description of this episode.
So the website is contractoриncharge.com. Our phone number's there that routes appropriately to the right resources when you have inquiries to contact me direct. It's Lynn, Lynn, at contractorincharge.com.
Awesome, awesome. And by the way, Lynn is also in Tampa. I think we're planning to meet one day pretty soon, and we might, record another episode of something. We'll definitely keep you posted. And thank you, audience, everyone, for amazing support and love to our podcast. And thank you, Lynn, for coming to our show and sharing insights and sharing your knowledge and your services with home service industry. It means a lot.
It means a lot for you to have me, Mandeep. Thank you very much. I
Thank,
appreciate it.
thank you. Have a great day.